Good morning and welcome back to more Ogre Battle 64. Today, we have a choice. We've got three different places we can go. Latium will move things forward. It is the end goal. But I want to keep working our way up through here. Now, the next, in terms of like scaling levels, Barpath is going to be the best place to go next. We could probably handle Tundra of Argent, but they are also going to have, level 30, 31 level people, as opposed to where we are now, which, coming up to Tia early gave us a lot of levels and kind of put us ahead of the curve. So let's go to Barpath next, because that's kind of where we're supposed to be. I believe Barpath also might have... Nope, I'm mistaken. Okay. Yeah, it's the area we just left that is probably going to be the best grinding area for the next little while, as far as neutral encounters, because you can grind against enemies that give you love and peace. Then again, we haven't had anything we've wanted to use love and peace on for a while, so... Alright, so we are starting up here in the very tippity top. We do have a neutral city, so we're going to want to prevent that from getting taken. And we do need to go all the way to the bottom left. Okay, fair enough. Now, hopefully we can avoid capturing things as much as we did in the last one. They're strongest during the night hours, avoid fighting them at all costs. That reads like there's going to be, like, vampires to me, which could be interesting. I don't really like using vampires as units personally because I like the mobility in the daytime, but fair enough. We're just straight up fighting against demons this time. Pretty straightforward, honestly. Oh, yep, and speaking of which, there's a Saturos right off the bat. We could use some love and peace to try and get some Saturoses. I don't particularly want them, but it is the only way you can get them, is by using love and peace to steal them from enemy units. Again, I'm not particularly interested. Alright, so we need to get someone over to Glembeg. We need someone at medium. So you are probably our best bet for that. Speaking of which, we have more Saturoses over here. We've got Musa and a whole bunch of goblins. And then over here, we've got Lloyd and also a whole bunch of people that will need to get taken out. Now, sorry, it's been about a week. Who still needs experience? Who's not level 29 yet? I think it might just be okay. Ankaseth is also not level 29 yet. And neither is Paul. Okay, fair enough. So Paul, Ramberty, and Ankaseth all need to get to level 29. Cool. So let's go ahead and dispatch Ankaseth. And we're going to have him go take out the unit here. I'm actually going to have Ramberty chill. There are going to be some more cool items for us to get here, but I'm not that worried about them at the moment. Let's have Lytle with our new princess come out here, and you can go kill this person. We do have a place over here to take as well. Okay, so we need someone low alignment for that. That's going to be difficult. You know what, actually? Here, we'll have Dio, who is pretty freaking low alignment, but not like the lowest alignment. We're going to have Dio kill this guy first, and then come take the stronghold. And let's have, instead, Leah go take out this unit. And then we're going to dispatch Lytle to not take this city, but to instead just hang out here. Likewise, let's dispatch running out of people with healers. Well, we're going to want Margaret dispatched anyway. We're actually just going to want everybody dispatched anyway, so we'll go ahead and dispatch everyone else as well. We're going to want to take this one, but I don't really want Ramberty fighting that guy. Sorrow is going to be another one that we want someone more dark-aligned to take. I don't think Gilbert is less dark-aligned. Nah, okay. Yeah, I don't really have anyone at that level. There's a good chance that I'm going to end up accidentally taking the whole... There's a good chance I'm going to end up accidentally capturing the area instead, but it is what it is if that's what it comes to. Alright, yeah. Kill that unit. Leah. Kill this unit. And Ankaseth. Kill this unit. We're going to let people move ahead a little bit, and then I'll have Ramberty actually move in to take the town. We do need to get some experience on Ramberty, as well as Paul, mind you. But I kind of want to... I don't want them to be fighting these units in particular. These units in particular are... I don't know, it's going to change their alignment in a way I do not want. And they're some of the few units I have left that their alignment is, I haven't given up on it, let's say. Like, if Dio's alignment goes up here, then that's actually good for me. Okay. This will actually work, I think. We might actually one-round this whole party, because we have a third attack from Dio, and we'll have a third meteor strike. Yeah. Oh, wow, okay. He actually lived there, but that just means Dio's now going to go attack the Satiros to finish him off, which is ideal, because that should hopefully raise Dio's alignment. We'll see, though. And then this meteor strike will finish off the gremlin. Nope. Didn't change their alignments at all. Of course it didn't. Why would it? Whatever. Alright, well, we get a sword for that. Sure, whatever. Go take this stronghold, Dio. And there's no units left to be dispatched. Let's go ahead and have Gilbert also head down over here as well. We're gonna have Leah versus Brock. So this leader will absolutely die here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We now have a very solid block of people there. I could actually, and should, move... Oh, and we get to see Tempest for the first time. That's neat. Cool. I should move one of my Valkyries to be blocking damage that would be going to the Cleric. That would be probably a smart thing to do here. Now, this party does only get 2 hits per person rather than 3 hits per person. So this is the last attack that this party's going to be able to do. But we can also just finish him off with a Petra. There we go. Just poke him real quick. Not as much experience in that fight as the other fight that Dio just did, but that's okay. Alright, Leah, we're going to have you come hang out at this stronghold as well. And we'll have you hang out on the other side of this stronghold, I think. And then we'll have Paul. You can also come over here, I suppose, because it's not going to really change anything either way. And Shirley, we're going to have you come over here as well. All right, I should start thinking ahead. So, yeah, okay, so Paul is going to be a good one to take Vitra there. We need someone slightly dark aligned for that one. Someone higher alignment for that one. Okay. And also a little fort over here. We need someone really dark aligned for that one. Okay. All right. Oh, what do we have here? An archmage with a sphinx. Sphinxes are a little dangerous. They can petrify, especially from the back, which is where they are. So that's going to be a little dangerous. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right, so we're not going to be able to target the Saturos right away here. We're going to have to work on it. But depending on what the rest of my units do, we might be able to start targeting him in the next round here. I think the magic will likely take out... This will likely take out that goblin at the bottom right. And it'll do just good damage all around. Yeah, okay, cool. So I think we will take out the Saturos here, and that should be enough experience to put us up a level. It might be honestly be over experience, but I'm fine with that if it is. I'm actually going to retreat here. Perfect. Yeah, that was slightly more experience than we needed, but I'm fine with that. Okay, cool. Now then, the goblins are pretty neutral encounters, actually. So I'm going to have Ankaseth go hang out over here, and I'm going to have Ramberty get some experience. Because this is probably one of my best chances to do that. So far, nobody's trying to take anything over here, and I'm fine with that. Sorry, I'm thinking. All right, so we'll have people go ahead and move. We do have Margaret as well. Let's have Margaret fly down to, oh, I don't know, here. I really want to protect that town. I don't want it going sideways. I don't want somebody taking it. All right, now this is going to be dangerous. What we want to do here, if we're able, is now that the leader's dead, we want to retreat if we can before we get paralyzed or, like, we want to see if we can retreat. Yeah, I think the animation's long enough. Cool. We want to retreat right here. It's very important that we do that, because that means the Sphinx never gets a chance to attack us. I suppose we can actually take a look at the Sphinx. So from this location, they get evocation, which I believe allows them to basically do a I think it's a petrify across the entire party, which is very dangerous, as you might expect. I don't think it's quite as... I think it's got a lower odds of working than the... I might as well have Dio get up to level 29 by fighting that guy, taking out one more unit. I think it's got lower odds of working than, like, the petrify attack from the cockatrice, but it's, you know, it's still pretty dangerous. All right, I've got people who are starting to actually land, so let's have them sleep. Okay, that place is liberated. Good. Ankaseth, let's have you move in. Let's have more of you guys take a rest. All right, yeah, Ankaseth, you can hang out there. Dio's gonna get a fight in. Now, Dio, we just need you to kill one of these guys, preferably this guy, yeah. Okay. Now, just like before, if we can, we're gonna run away. Yes, we can. Okay, cool. Because I think that was all we needed. Oh no, we did actually need more. We needed one more attack. Okay. Well, that still prevents us from actually taking damage, and that pushes us into range to get the Lance of Longinus. So that's pretty sweet. Dio, yeah, you're hunting this guy now. That's just what you're doing. Yeah, I thought so. I thought this guy was slightly higher, was a bit higher alignment, actually. Interesting. All right, well, I'm not worried about people just spawning over here. And Leah's awake now anyway. Yeah, people are just going to start waking up. Okay. Ramberty, you're going to pass out any moment, so you might as well pass out earlier. And we'll need Paul most likely to walk down over to there. Alright, we're going to have Gilbert finish this guy off instead. That's fine, I guess. Sure, whatever. Would have preferred Dio to do it, but that's also fine. Alright, and we get a sword emblem for that. The sword emblem, I haven't really used much of those sort of items, but they are permanent stat buffs to specific stats. Alright, so everybody's kind of awake now. Except for you, and Dio's about to go to sleep. Let's go ahead and have you break camp, because this guy's about to go to bed. Dio's also about to go to bed. I'm gonna keep an eye out over here. Well, actually, no, I won't. I guess I'm gonna have Ramberty go kill Musa real quick first. Whatever. Alright, let's get some experience in on you, because you need it. You're one of my few people left who still need to go up to level 29. And we've got Dio working on getting to level 30. Alright, so there's that one. There is an item that I want to get here as well. Yeah, let's take a look. This is an interesting spread. We do have two people here who are just very slightly different alignment, so I could switch the leaders if needed to make that happen. But there's also an item that I want to get right there, so I'm going to do that. And we're going to have Paul start moving down to take this stronghold. And we'll have Ankaseth. I'm going to have Ankaseth follow. Just in case. And Margaret, I'm going to actually have you fly up to the stronghold just to make sure it doesn't get taken in any sort of weird way. Oh, cool. You did actually liberate it. Happy about that. In that case, break camp. Go hang out in the stronghold, please. Once you guys are rested, I'll have you move down to here. And I suppose I should start having some people march down to here. Alright, Ramberty got that, so that's helpful. Let's have you come over here, and then I'm going to have you take this place. And in order to do that more effectively, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the leader to Beguile. And let's change the formation. Cool. Now Ramberty's still going to go to sleep, but that's okay. All right, and I'm not really seeing any new enemies spawning, which I'm fine with, mind you. Let's see, Dio's going to need to rest for a bit. Gilbert, on the other hand, is fully rested and can just come down here and take this place. He was able to take the other one, so he should be able to take this one the same. They basically have the same alignment. 32 morale versus, what, 30, 36? Also 32? 31. So yeah, if he was able to take the other one, he'll be able to take that one. All right, there are still a few more items to get around here. Yeah, Margaret, I just want you to hang out here and make sure that nothing spawns in. I do that a lot, honestly. Just have people hang out and make sure nothing spawns in, because they teach you very early in the game that enemies can spawn in, and frankly, it hasn't happened since, but I still just don't want it to. So I'm going to continue trying to make sure that I don't have that as a problem. All right, so we've got a city over here. For whatever, we need someone really low alignment to take that one. And Sondrio, we're gonna see if we can take that with you. Let's have Shirley move up to here. You're almost at level 30. So I should probably... Oh, you literally need 1 experience. Never mind, you're staying right there. You're just gonna stay there. Shirley... You know what, Shirley, come up to the stronghold. What do you mean you captured it? Why did you capture it? You didn't capture the other one. That's really weird. Okay, well, we'll have you move over here to help out. And then if we can, what we're going to do is not kill leaders here, but we can't just ditch the area, is the problem. Or, sorry, what we're going to do is we're going to kill leaders but not wipe out the unit. But we can't just run away from the fights because we have to defend the city. So, that puts us in a little bit of a bind in terms of things we can do. But I think it'll be fine. We'll just kill the leader. Cool. We're going to take quite a bit of damage from these ogres. No, there's no point in using the Pedra here. We're not going to take out the ogres. The ogres are going to get a 3rd swing. It might be worth... I think it's worth healing. Yeah, I think it's worth healing. There are 4 more items that I want to get here as well, but I will make that happen in a minute. Let's go ahead and use some of our plethora of heal seeds that we got from grinding dragons much earlier in the game. We'll just use 1 on you. I don't think we need to worry about the other guy. All right, let's take a look at Parker. Oh, pretty much the same thing. Wait, Satroses are high alignment? What? How? And why? That's so weird. Okay, sure, I guess. All right. Well, that's odd. I don't know why that is. You are really low alignment, so I need somebody to come over. So I'll have you come over. Man, who still needs experience? I know you still need experience. So what wait, did I misread that? No, yeah, you are level 28. Okay, so what I should do... Man, I do still want you to take this town, though. Okay. We'll have you fly down there. Paul, you're fully rested. We're going to have you come hang out over here to also help clean up. You're really the 2 units left that still need experience. Everyone else is good now. I'm thinking of the best way to handle things. And none of them are good. We'll have Leah maybe come over there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll make it work. It'll be fine. It might not be the most efficient path forward, but it'll be a path forward, and we'll make it work. It'll be fine. Alright, we'll kill this Saturos. It's so wild to me that they are high alignment enemies. Not what I would expect. I am a little worried about my... Oh, that crit might actually come in clutch here. Because it might... Look, I really need this to... Okay, we got one miss. That's all we needed. We just needed a miss. In order to make sure that our dude did not die. And I really didn't want him to die. So, happy about that. Alright. So now, those two are both down. Ramberty, you and Paul can come help take this place. Margaret, we'll have you fly down to hold this location, I guess. Once Shirley is up here, I'll start having Magnus move down, because again, I just like having Magnus actually fight the leaders. Oh wow, it did work. Nice. And we get one of our items, another Book of Annihilation. Hell yeah. We are running out of mages to give all these cool books to, but we're getting them now. We had to work so hard for our first, draconic book, and now we're just getting them all over the place. Alright, let's have you just start working your way down over to here. And I want to take a look at droids. Okay. You are not someone that I want Ramberty fighting. I want Paul to fight you. I might not have an option, but that's what I want. I want Paul to fight him. Gilbert... You really need to heal. However, I'm going to have you come over here anyway. Yeah, we're not going to have an option. Okay. Well, we can take out the leader. I don't think this enemy group will be able to KO one of my people, especially since we'll take out the leader right here. And I don't think we're going to KO more than the enemy leader. If they really focus down my dude right there, then it could be a problem. I guess it'll depend on what... Okay, yeah, no. We're retreating. I don't want him getting KO'd. Aurora regenerates. That's fine. The enemy should run away. They should run away and not take the town. Yes, okay. Okay. Oh, we still have you set to Miguel as the leader. Interesting. Alright. We're going to switch you back. We're going to switch the leader back to Ramberty. And I'm going to have Ramberty... Man, I don't want Ramberty fighting these guys either, but it's better than fighting the guys he's currently fighting. So, I guess we'll do that. Alright, and then Paul can fight against these guys. This is going to be an interesting group for Paul to be fighting. Oh, especially with this arrangement. I'm really glad that we did so much damage to the skeleton at first, because we're going to have to kill both skeletons in order to even target that guy. This is going to have to be 2 rounds. Yeah, we're going to have to do this in 2 rounds. Maybe 3. Because we have to go through the skeleton in order to get to the other guy. So that's going to be obnoxious. Yeah, and we're just going to be stuck in this fight until it's done. Oh, and he healed. He healed as well. Fantastic. Oh, well, it was just a heal leaf, I suppose. So that helps a bit, I guess. Okay. So that'll get Paul's alignment up a little bit. I don't necessarily need Paul's alignment going up. Kind of like him being neutral. Okay, we've now gone up a level. I think it'll take one more round, unless he has another heal leaf, to finish these guys off. Okay, he has another heal leaf. Obnoxious. That's what this fight is. Honestly, just because of the way this is set up and because it's basically guaranteed to raise your alignment, this might actually be a better fight to have someone else doing. Yeah. I don't want his alignment going up that much. So we are actually going to retreat here. I have plans. All right, Ramberty, please return to Stronghold. You, Paul, your alignment is now up a little bit, not even enough to be able to notice, but also please return to Stronghold. We're going to have you also come to Stronghold. Dio, I need to have hang out where he is. Leah can move over here and then move down to take this place. Actually, Leah, we're going to have you take a little bit of a route. I want you to come over here because there's an item I want you to get. Then I want you to come over here. Actually, no, don't even do that. I'm just going to directly send you there. How about that? I don't think either of these guys are going to fight this guy. Yeah, he's just going to hang out. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, because what we're going to do is we're now going to have you, because I wanted someone's alignment to go up a little bit anyway. So we're going to have you come kill this guy. Let's have you... I'm looking at where some remaining items are. Let's have you get this item, and then come over here, and then loop around for it. Okay. Margaret's now in position. I don't remember why I wanted Margaret moving over here. Probably so that I could have Ankaseth move to come take this guy. But actually, I don't really care that much. In fact, Margaret, I'm sorry I told you to fly all the way over here, but I think I changed my mind. I'd actually prefer to have you over there. All right. Yeah, I think this will all work. Cool. We get you to get an item. Now that you've got an item, just go ahead and come over here. Once this guy is dead, I'm going to have Ramberty fly over and fight these guys because I don't have anyone better for him to fight. Unless more enemies spawn that would be better for him to fight. Paul's already up a level. Ramberty's the last person that I need to get to level 29. And he needs 7 experience to do it, so literally 1 kill. But we'll get another item over here. I said we'll get another item over here. And then we'll go kill that guy. Thank you. Get a love and peace. All right, now come out over here somewhere and then go kill this guy, please. Yep, and you're just keeping an eye on these two. Magnus is going to hang out until we can move him forward even further. These two are probably going to need a nap here in a minute. We've got one more item to get. Yeah, one more item to get, which we get right here. Just an angel fruit. Nothing terribly special. But we'll go ahead and camp. And now that you've turned around, oh, perfect. You're going to bed by yourself. Love it. Okay, as soon as you have taken this guy out, I'll have you come down and take this town. Which maybe will spawn some enemies that I want Ramberty fighting. Haven't been a whole lot of opportunity. Oh, we do have a shop. Let's see what's in the shop. Money's not really a problem anymore. Got a psionic claw. Those are okay. We've got a whale mail. All right, those are also okay. Yeah, nothing I really need. All right, well, we're gonna just let people sleep for a little bit. All right, rise and shine. Time to continue the march. All right, our enemy has gone to sleep as well. Gilbert, it is time to kill. And hopefully raise your alignment a little bit in the process. Because you're going to have to keep fighting through skeletons in order to get to this guy anyway. So it's kind of just a perpetual machine for raising your alignment, as it were. Actually, if he gets the killing blow with his whip, they can't regenerate. Yeah, so that guy can't regenerate. So that's pretty neat. Not that it mattered, and your alignment still went down somehow. I have no words. I can't explain. Alright, Gilbert, just frickin' take this stronghold and be done with it. Ooh, okay, and we have Milner the Gorgon. Okay. Okay. I see you, Gorgon. Now, maybe I was mistaken. Maybe I remember the Sphinxes being dangerous to fight. But perhaps I was mistaken. Maybe it was the Gorgons I was thinking of that can do... I know there's another enemy that can do Petrify, other than Cockatrixes. Maybe I was thinking of the Gorgons instead. I don't know. This is not a terrible unit for Ramberty to go fight. It's not the perfect one, but it's a little bit better than some of the other ones. So I'll have you go do that. I mean, Leah's gonna get a first crack in and I'm anyway, but might as well. Alright, yeah, you need one more kill. Let's do this. I don't see any enemies spawning down here, but better safe than sorry. Oh, and we've got a Saturos over there as well. Okay. Well, we'll take out the leader. Oh, I keep meaning to, you know what, let me put in a field pause, because I forgot to switch the unit around a little bit. When I had 3 people in the back, it made sense to leave the cleric unprotected because they had the most defense and was not the leader. But now that we no longer have 3 people in the back, it really doesn't make sense to leave the cleric unprotected. No, I don't want this yet. Now I want it. Because what I can do here... Actually, no, never mind. I don't want the field pause anyway. Because I want Ramberty to come in and be able to get a kill. I was going to use a Pedra, and I guess I probably still could have and maybe left one of these guys still alive. But I forgot that I want Ramberty to come kill them. Alright. Frost also coming in. Not looking terribly dangerous, honestly. We want to rearrange your formation. And to do that, all we're going to do is move you there. Cool. Alright. Let's have... Who do I want killing these guys? I could get Dio... No, Dio should just get literally into a fight with a random encounter to go up his level. Let's have Lytle just start working on these guys and take them out. I could also send in Margaret. That might not be the worst plan. We'll have Margaret fly over there. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, Leah versus the Saturos, who will very clearly just get obliterated here because it's completely unprotected. Oh no! I can't believe you do that to me. And we'll just heal up a little bit. And there we go, good as new. I do find it just fitting to use Tempest with this party because they're a group of Valkyries who are more lightning aligned anyway. So I just find it a more fitting magic to use than some of the other ones. I think we'll kill the other Ogre here, so that'll be pretty cool. We obviously won't kill both Ogres, but we'll get one of the other Ogres taken out, so that'll be neat. There we go. He'll get his last hit in here, but it didn't really matter. I think we only needed a little bit of experience. I should probably have Ramberty take out this Ogre first, actually. Oh, cool. You did liberate it. I don't see any enemies coming in. Oh, there they are. Sitting there going, oh, that's cool. Nothing's coming in. Never mind. There they are. Ooh, okay. So if we want to get a Saturos, this is our best chance to do so. What we would want to do is kill Whistler, and then also kill the Ogre. Then we could use a Love and Peace to try and get Nigel? I don't know which way it's supposed to be. Or Fry. That would be our best bet. Yeah, that would be our best bet. I'm gonna have you... Actually, just because we have a whole unit of Saturoses over here, I'm gonna have you fly down to fight them instead. Let's have Ankaseth move down to help clean up a little bit if needed. And Magnus, let's have you move over here. These are probably going to be the last units in the game, if I had to guess. Or in the game, in the area, if I had to guess. Yeah, you're gonna get to level 30. There's nothing I can do about that. Hey, Paul. Let's also have you help out. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to take out the leader here. What we can hope for is that we take out the... No, we're targeting the Saturoses. Okay. Well, no, but we're targeting the Saturoses. Ooh, we're actually pretty hurt, too. We're going to want to put in a field pause. Okay, this is actually helpful. Okay. Really need this to miss. It did not miss. we're going to use a Pedra of water. Not ideal. This is just not an ideal situation. Okay, what we need is to just have either of our dudes. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Okay, there we go. That is exactly what we needed. That was way too close for comfort, but we got there. Okay, Gilbert, my man. You almost died. Okay, we're gonna use some heal seeds. You're also level 30 now. So good on you for that, I suppose. All right, we use some heal seeds. And you know what? Just because we're not using them on anything else. Whistler. Yep. Let's see if we get a Satros. Yep, we got one. We persuaded Nigel to join our team. Cool. All right, and that other Satros is actually a perfect target for Ramberty. All right, and now we'll fight this Siren and knock her out as well. This is a way less dangerous fight because we can actually just straight target the leader. Wow, the Ogre has missed 2 out of their 3 attacks. Cool. And there we go. Somehow our alignment still goes down. I don't know. But okay, so that's done. That's good. Paul, I have a target for you. It's her. You are now level 30? Yeah, you're now level 30. Both of our really low alignment people are now pushing 30. So that's cool. I don't like that you're trying to walk towards town. Okay, you stopped trying to walk towards town. Good. Dio, can you move down here as well, just to make sure that, like, just to make sure. Okay. Ankaseth, I don't think I actually need you over there. I'll have you move back over here instead. Alright, Ramberty, we finally get someone who might cause your alignment to go down. Let's find out. Well, his alignment went down, so that's good. And now everyone's level 29. And some people pushing 30. Cool. We get an okay piece of equipment for that. We're gonna have you move to Stronghold because you're kind of done now. And we have Lytle versus Parker. Okay. Just gonna go slay some ogres. Yeah, these guys do not pose much of a threat anymore. Bam. Alright. I'm honestly mostly amazed in that fight that they still have an alignment that can go up. Like, that's the thing that surprises me the most. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you face this guy and camp. Okay, calm down. I'm going to have you move to this stronghold. You can kill her. That's fine. You are done. We're not going to worry about getting you experience anymore. As soon as I have someone in this town, I'm going to have you come over here and finish this guy off. But I'm not going to move on that until I have someone in this town so he doesn't just go waltzing right through it and capture it. And as soon as I have someone down here, I can have Leah, presumably, go work on some of these other units. Unless I want to have that be something that Magnus just does. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Oh, Magnus is actually not that high of alignment. Never mind, Magnus, you are not killing these guys. I'm gonna have you chill, because if I need someone who is like in the like 60 to 70 alignment range, you're my guy. Which is surprising, but I'll work with what I've got. So Magnus, as soon as you are in town, I will have Leah start working on taking out some of the rest of these people. Okay, that'll work. Leah, go kill this guy. You're gonna hunt her down. Everyone else is moving to specific towns. You guys are moving to here. Magnus is holding down the fort, as he is wont to do. Alright, at this point, I feel comfortable having you go after Albert. Alright, Leah versus Frost. Oh, that's right, it's a singular ogre. Did not stand a chance. Yeah. Did not stand a chance. Okay. We get a cup of life for that, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, those sort of items are mostly useful in the early game, when they are less plentiful, in order to boost your stats just enough to get specific units that you're looking for. That's where I find them to be the most useful, and naturally that's when you are least likely to be getting them. Actually, just come over here. I've already made my determination on who's killing who, so I don't really care anymore. Once I've taken out these last groups of people, I can then have I can then have Magnus go fight the boss. And we can call it a day for this area. A little alarming that both of our low, I should say, alignment people are no longer needing experience, but it is what it is. We get a Phoenix robe, so that's pretty cool. Let's just have you go back to Stronghold. Alright, you're now at target. Leah will go kill this guy. These guys also should not take much. Once you have Draconian magic, you can wipe out groups of enemies pretty swiftly. Oh, and you are also now level 30. Cool. That'll work. Alright, sure. Yeah, level 30. So we'll have you move to Stronghold, and Magnus, just like, come over here, see if more enemies spawn. Lytle versus the last remaining enemy that we know of on the field. Oh yeah, we'll take this guy out, no problem. Our archers might not even get a chance to attack again, actually. No, okay, they will. I suppose Vad does not do that much damage. He does quite a bit of damage, but just not quite that much. Oh, you also are going to be really close to level 30 at this point. All right, and we get a Glamdring, which I think we've already gotten some glamdrings before, and they're not terribly useful to me anymore. Well, we'll have you move down here, I guess. And we'll have Magnus just go ahead and march on the stronghold. Let's see what we've got. We've got a Gorgon. We don't get to see what their move is, but they're in the front, which I think is the least dangerous position for a Gorgon to be in. So I'll take it. Yeah. Honestly, I think the worst thing about Paul is that he has 2 lines of dialogue every time he goes to camp. And it just slows things down. Like, if you're speedrunning this game, you are not taking Paul. A, because his mission is really hard. Like, way harder than the other ones. And B, he has 2 lines of dialogue instead of 1. I won't let you corrupt Palatinus any further. Go back from whence you came. Oh, do not interfere, human. You do not interfere with your king's ambition, the return of our queen. Alright, I don't think we had any particularly special dialogue there, but we got something. Just make sure. Yep, we are an attack leader. Gaze of Terror. Nope, you do petrify. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad that didn't petrify Magnus, otherwise I'm pretty sure it's a game over. Does she get to do it twice? We're gonna retreat. Alright, so that's good to know. That's probably why they put the witch's den right here. I mean, I knew they could petrify, but I didn't know from what position. Okay, so you've got Gaze of Terror from the front. But the question is, can you also do that from the back? And I think the answer is probably no. She does only get to do it once, so we could have just one-rounded her there. But I didn't want to. I want my people to not be petrified. Oh. Yeah. It is expensive. Honestly, it costs less to use the item. The item costs less. If they cost more than 500 to do this, I should just use the stone for it. Assuming I have one on me, which I do in this case. Money's not really a problem anymore, because we don't really have much to spend money on anymore. So, like, it's a little silly for me to be worrying that much about it. But, you know, I try to be efficient in the things I do, as I take the least efficient route possible to finishing this quest. Alright, well, we're gonna march and see if she doesn't... She has a bow, so I'm assuming she uses the bow, but maybe only if she's in the back. Really, the only dangerous thing she can do is that Gaze of Petrifying. So if she doesn't do that from the back, since she does it from the front, I'm assuming she'll use her bow to attack from the back. And if that's the case, then she's not really that dangerous at that point. Alright, and you're going to attack. I'm actually not going to have you camp. I'm just going to go ahead and have you... We're going to item spam. We're just going to eat a power fruit. Because we're really not that hurt. And she is really hurt. Go finish her off. All right, cool. We're attacking from the back this time. No new dialogue. That's fine. She is fully healed. Almost all of her group is fully healed, actually. We will kill her as soon as... Yep, she uses her bow. But her bow also petrifies. You bitch. Fine. Saradin just cannot catch a break. I think that's specific to that bow, though. Not a Gorgon thing. I think that's just her bow has a chance to petrify, and we just got unlucky. Okay, fine. Why does your kind work alongside? Sorry, why does your kind work alongside humans? Do you not hate them? For the return of our queen, we can endure this. Above all, Lady Danica can only be awakened by a human of royal blood. The royal blood? Lady Danica and the royalty of Platinus, they share the same blood. They are related. Whew. Yeah, those Gorgons are enemies that really suck to fight, but are actually not that useful to use. Surprisingly enough. Okay, he's fine. He's fine, he just has less experience than everyone else now, which is unfortunate, but whatever. We did get a couple of neat items here. We got a second Book of Annihilation, so if we want to use that, we can. I don't, but we can. We got another Glamdring, which I don't really need. We got a Neophyte sword, which is not any better than my current sword. We did get another... Oh, could give you the Balmung. It's not substantially better than what you currently have. It will change... It will change from Ice Blast to just a Slash. No, I think you're fine with what you've got. We did get the bow. Bone of... I can't pronounce that. Who was promised eternal pleasure in exchange for her soul. Yeah, I think that bow this bow specifically is what caused the ability to... is what allowed for the petrification. It is also just a lot stronger, so we're going to take it anyway. But... hang on. It's a little bit more rounded. Yeah, it's a lot stronger, so we're going to take it anyway. But I don't think... I think it's the bow that caused the petrification, not the Gorgon when they attacked us from the back. I'm kind of fine with you having Meteor Strike over Annihilation. Let's see, you do... Yeah, you're fine with Leviathan. I like you having Tempest. It's fun. Oh, we did get a new lance. We got a Lance of Longinus, which grants... It's holy, so it does healing. Or we can also do a Firestorm. I could switch you from Zephyros to... That is... Yeah, that's an upgrade. So sure, let's do that. And then if you guys end up attacking, like being in the back... you know what, actually... Let's do this. Let's give you Ignis. And then you can have the Evil Spear, so you're more equal-ish now. And then you already have a Holy Lance, which is actually not as good as the Lance of Longinus, surprisingly. Or, sorry, the Lance of Longinus is actually not as good as the Holy Lance, surprisingly. Okay, not sure why, but okay. Axe of Worm is just still too good, so we're not going to switch you off of that. Celestial Hammer. Nothing really new from you. Nothing really new for you. Nothing really new for you. You guys will all stick with what you've got. In terms of... Do I want to give you the Neophyte Sword? Penitence is exactly the same, and it does holy damage, which I prefer. Now, we could give you a different spear. You could take the Lance of Longinus. Lance of Longinus is good for you, so sure, let's do that. And then we could give you this, which is just better as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that then. And yeah, you can just Meteor Strike. I guess I could switch you to Annihilation if I want. I kind of like the Meteor Strike animation more, though, so we'll just stick with it. Alright. Well, that was neat. I don't think I had... Yeah, no better axes. Alright, well, that was an interesting area. But we have finished Barpath. Now, again, I believe we transition the story as soon as we take out Latium, so I do not want to do that yet. I want to go to the Tundra of Argent first. But that will do for today. I do also need to remember to restock items on people, so I will do that as well. But I will see you guys in the next episode of Ogre Battle 64.